I was in the hospital maybe 3 years ago, and because my system started shutting down. And evidently I was some kind of poison or something, and something I ate, I don't know. But of 5 of the major organs, they were all shutting down. And I was so fascinated with it, I just didn't want to miss it. And so I just lay there,
wow,
experiencing it, happily. And I guess that is the science of mind.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly don't want to talk about anything that's not my experience, but
sure.
And so I lay there for about a week. Maybe it was just 4 days or something, but maybe a week. And before I would give Stephen an okay to take me to the hospital, and
wow,
so he took me into emergency, and they could not. Then that was more than a week. They could not stop him from just backing off. They were just shutting down.
Your organs, yeah.
Yes, and my children would come visit me, and my grandchildren would come visit me, and my friends would come visit me, and my family was not worried, even though the doctor said I was dying, and they had me sign a thing of do not resuscitate and all of this. And then Stephen, I didn't have. They asked me, and I didn't have a preference, and he said I do, and resuscitator.
Wow.
And I thought, well, if that's what he wants, why not? And
right.
And
so you were ready to go.
Well, it was a don't know for me. I don't know how they began to fail, and I don't know if they want to come back. It's like a tree. You water it, you give it sunshine, and it lives or dies. So I just experienced it that way.
Wow.
And I only live because I believe I do. That's identification, and then at some point you stop believing that, and you just don't belong to you any longer. You're too easy to talk to. I don't know what this is going to be like for an interview, but oh my goodness. So and it's a privilege to talk with you as well. Yeah. And then they were going to try one last thing, which was to wash my lungs out, and that's why I had to sign something way or the other before I went into that last ditch effort.
Could be over, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so one of my sons went in with me, and we laughed through the whole time and talked. Nothing changes. No fear can stop. No clear. No question. There's no downside once the mind is sane. And sanity for me, it's the absence of suffering, and what I see is beautiful, and there is nothing in this world that is not for all of us, and it's absolutely a gift. It's absolutely a gift, and there's nothing that isn't. So if I see something that if I see a downside to life or a person or anything whatsoever, I would question what I'm believing with an open mind. Could be right, but I'm going to test it. I think it was Einstein that said an unquestioned life is not worth living, and I completely agree with that.
That's powerful.
A man put a gun. A man put a gun in my stomach one night, and I was walking on a full moon in the night alone, and I guess I frightened him or something, and I didn't know anyone was for miles. But anyway, he put this gun in my stomach, and it was a full moon, It was so amazingly beautiful, and the clouds, and it was still, and there was a river running, and he pulled the hammer back, and he said, "I'm going to kill you." He wasn't that polite. He had other words with it too. And I looked into his eyes, and you see, it's like that phone call. It may be the last human being I ever see. Who wants to miss a moment of it? And I could see him. He looked very frightened to me. And I could see the clouds and the moon, and it was an amazing night. It was beautiful. You know, every moment is the last moment of our life, and who wants to miss it? When we're not connected, we're missing it. When we're connected, we're connected. And, you know, I had no idea whether he would pull the trigger or not, because that's not something I could do anything about in that situation. Who knows? You know, I love that question, is it true? And I had it with me. It's user-friendly. So he said, "I'm going to kill you." And maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I'm not going to miss that last connection, just like the sound of her voice. And he didn't pull the trigger, but I don't want to miss my life. That's the bottom line. He was a beautiful man, frightened man. No one would harm another human being if they weren't confused, just like she was. You know, anyway, and the man that said he was going to, there was a cuss word in there, and then kill me, it's that don't know mind. It's like, could be true. Don't know. I don't even know if he believes it. Looks like he does. But this is my life. This could be the last few moments of my life. I'm not going to miss the trip. And so I was looking into his eyes, and he was so, it appeared lost and fearful, and I fell in love. And as it happened, he didn't pull the trigger. And if he had pulled the trigger, am I going to go, ah, or am I going to wait to see if it hurts first? For all I know, it doesn't. And is it possible to die? You know, I say this because we have so little time together today. You know, death is a belief. This work will take you prior to all pain and suffering. It's about getting still and just meditating on these questions, just to see what's shown. And it works with any practice you've got. And the work doesn't say you have to answer these questions. They're just kind of hanging out. You use them or you don't.